Thank you so much, Mr. Man, for the warm welcoming. And you are welcome to the School of Agriculture, Honorable State Darboe. Please, I just got an information. There's a class here. Your students are going outside for their t-shirts. If you are in the hall, please go and use the t-shirt. PCA Agronomy 1. I will just hand over the mic to the head of school to continue his speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that was a necessary interruption. And I would say welcome to
Okay, Femfendi TV&MEDIA, Bimbale School of Agriculture in the Gambia College.
We are really delighted
Sasa na party leader invite me get His Excellency
so as I was saying at the beginning of my speech, the purpose of us as the admin
so Mbalia world
is to open up opportunities for our students to make sure that they grasp those opportunities wherever they come from. And before as I was saying, presently we have 13 students who are in the state of Israel on attachment for 11 months. It was hard, it was strenuous, it was difficult for us to come up with that MOU. But at the end we were able to do it. It was signed, of course, with the help of the then Gambia College authorities, and now that's an opportunity for our school. If you know Israel and you know their agriculture, you will know that it's a state that is very serious with agriculture. And if you read, you will come to realize that they have one of the best irrigation systems. And as I said earlier, this opportunity is going to continue. And that's why next year, when those students come back, there will be another batch. So each of you here is a potential person or a potential student to be a beneficiary of that MOU. But you have to be disciplined, you have to be dedicated, you have to be hardworking. That's the mantra at the school. And that's what Sasa also is showcasing. As administrators, we cannot do everything. Sasa has direct connection with you, direct contact. And that's why we see them as a very important association. If Sasa collapses, then as administrators, we will collapse. And we don't want that to happen. So that's why every executive that comes in, we make sure that we work together for the betterment of the school and for the betterment of the young people that we are training. As I said, it's not perfect. And perfection is something, it's a myth. But we have to get there somehow. And that's why when we train you, we also inspire you that once you are trained as an agriculturalist, you shouldn't necessarily be seeking for a job. You should create the job for yourself. As 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 is doing, as 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒆𝒔 is doing, as many others that I cannot mention here are doing. So here we inspire you. If you are passionate, we inspire you and give you the training for you to be independent, think independent and act independent and work independent. That's the purpose. That's what will take us forward as a country. Because you are the backbone of this country, whether you know it or not. Young people are the backbone.
No, you're not.
You are the people that will sitting there the next few years to come. So you have to be ready for the task ahead. You don't have to relent. We are always here for you. And Sasa, we are here for you. So as we celebrate Sasa in the Gambia and Sasa in the state of Israel, we thank you for the support over the years. But I cannot end my speech without thanking my people. They have been there sometimes and not here, and they have been doing the job. This is why it's good to have a good team. If you have a good team, you sleep. If you don't have a good team, you don't sleep. Because you know that certain things will not be done right. But if I am outside the school, I feel comfortable because I know I have people who are always
TV&MEDIA. Gambia College, School of Agriculture, Sasa. The only event sort of na party leader invite me get His Excellency lawyer Ousainu Darboe. So be mbole to ten and the party leader nata world. So be okay until camera mutali al sakala mutawani.
without talking about him, because he has given us support, morally, financially, and religiously. He has been there for us, giving us the support. Definitely little that we have achieved, we could have never achieved without the support. And of course, without the support of his registrar, the vice principal, etc. Of course, whatever we achieve, we could have never been able to achieve without the support. So that's why for us, Sasa is big. Sasa is the deal. For us, Sasa is the deal. I am not feeling very well, but I said today I have to come. Because for me, Sasa is the bloodline. Sasa is, everybody is saying our school is doing well because of Sasa. And when we say Sasa, we say the students. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you for giving us the support over the years. I know the school is moving to the university in the near future, but that will not affect us a lot. We'll continue what we are doing. We already have a name. Even the university wants to copy some of the things that we are doing. That's something. That's something, no matter how little it is. So I thank you everyone for coming. And of course, I have to single out the Honorable Ousainu and Darboe for gracing this occasion. That shows humility. But this occasion is, somebody may consider this occasion as mediocre, but he didn't. He saw it as a very important occasion. And we are grateful for him to be here. And definitely we are very happy for him to be here. And of course, all the other invited guests, we thank you. And this is School of Agriculture. I'm the head of school. My name is 𝒂𝒐𝒎. I've been heading the school since 2022. And so far, it has been bumpy, but we have been making gains. And please have a wonderful celebration. I thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. 𝒂𝒐𝒎, the head of School of Agriculture. But during his speech, he has been talking more of opportunities. And we all know here, as we always say, agriculture is an applied science. It's not a course that you learn and sit and wait for employment. Rather, you create employment and employ others. In the beginning of my opening, I made mention that someone will be joining me. I'll be hosting the event together with her and finally sitting here. So, 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔, you are welcome. I'm hosting the program with her. Honorable Ousainu and again, you are welcome to the School of Agriculture. Thank you so much for gracing the invitation. Next on the itinerary, we are supposed to have the speech by the rector. That is the principal of the University of Education, then Gambia College. But he is not yet in. We will call our principal lecturer, Mr. Darboe, to come and give us a few words of encouragement. Mr. Toure, you are welcome.
Assalamu alaikum to each and every one of you. Good morning, invited guests. I'll first put the list of the invitees. Mr. Honorable Ousainu Darboe, you are welcome, and we are happy to see you. We are happy to receive you at the School of Agriculture. You are all welcome, invited guests and students and my fellow lecturers. I think I have less to say. You know, when Mr. Sow speaks, I will have few words to say. So, if he speaks, when it comes to agriculture, even if a professor stands to speak after him, you have few words to deliver. So, but nevertheless, we have to at least put some words in it. To me, I always believe that this country, we have to do something when it comes to youth development. The youth must be inspired, particularly towards agriculture. The hard fact is, agriculture in this country is seriously discriminated, and that's the reality. Mr. So, at the beginning of his speech, he said, there was a time for this school to enroll students is always a problem. Students, young people, do not want to do agriculture. Why? Because agriculture is discriminated in this country. Even a farmer, some people, when they tell their parents that I want to be a farmer, upon finishing my school, they will tell you, may God forbid. Or they will not want to even encourage you, inspire you to continue with agriculture. And when there is high cost of food in this country, everybody is crying. Today we are all crying in this country, and that's the hard fact. That people are crying day in, day out because of high cost of food. And to me, this country, we are blessed. Because I don't believe there is anything more than natural resource than a fertile flat land, fresh water, and then even salt water. We have so many resources, and these resources are more environmentally friendly than what we think that is natural resource like oil and other things. Those things, when you explore them, they are not environmentally friendly. We could take example of Nigeria, the Delta River, where there is so much oil, but their land is not viable for agricultural production. Millions are coming out of the region, but if you see their environment, you sympathize with them, because the natural resources that they are exploring is not environmentally friendly. But for us, what we have, what God has given us, is too friendly to our environment. Except we exploit, we human beings, we abuse the natural resources that is available. The Gambia, we must not be hungry. With the youths that we have in this country, with the fertile land that we have in this country, with the fresh water that we have in this country, salt water and other natural resources inside the waters that we have in this country, definitely we should not be hungry. But, sorry, we are hungry. We are hungry because today, if you look at the food that we are eating, it's not healthy. We don't know how it is produced, we don't know how it is processed, and we are scrambling for it. When you look at our products that we are eating, they are from animal products. We don't know how long they were processed. According to research, about 25% of the feeds that are sold in our supermarkets and our shops are contaminated with aflatoxin. But even though we know, we have to go in for it, because we cannot stay home. We cannot stay with hunger. We have to eat it. And then we still know, eating that food, it has some health effects. But there is no way. We are hungry, we have to go in for it. We eat to sustain ourselves. How many people are dying in this country as a result of diabetes? All is related to the food we are eating, because we are not producing it. We are not processing it. It could be processed, it could be produced in anyhow and sent to us. But because we are hungry, we have to eat it. We are living in a sad situation in this country. This one, we want to take it as a training institution to make sure that these students that we are training, we train them not to be job seekers, but we are yearning for them to job creators, to create job for themselves and others. That is what we are inspiring. That's what we want the students to do. So, Mr. Sow has at least give some examples of our students whom we have trained, and they are on the way. They are doing the right thing. That is what we expect from all of you. When you are coming to the School of Agriculture, have in mind that upon finishing my program, upon finishing my studies, I need to create something that will sustain me and sustain others. That is what we are looking for. So forget about the distractors. In anything you are doing, you have some distractors, but don't mind about them. I have seen some students at a particular time, they were telling me that I want to quit from School of Agriculture to other schools. Why? Because they think to be a farmer, you are destined to be a poor guy for the rest of your life. That is what they believe. So please, keep it up. We are encouraging you. We are inspiring you to take this program seriously. Without agriculture, no food for us. Without food, everybody will be hungry. When we are hungry, what comes next? What will come next? If you are all hungry, what happens? Huh? What is going to come up? If all of us are hungry, we are all hungry. If everybody is hungry, what will come next? Dispute. So please, let us try and then help our people to feed on what we produce here, what is processed here. We thank Sasa for coming up with initiatives such as producing. If you look at the other people on my right, you have seen so many things that are processed here, produced here, and processed here. And these are the things we found in the supermarket. And other countries are doing it and exporting to us. Why not us? Let's do it. We can. We have the training. We have the opportunities to produce here and process here and market here and even market outside this country. Quality products. We can. I believe we can do it, and we should always embrace to say. I think I have less to say. I said when Mr. Sow speaks, I would have less word to say when it comes to agriculture. Thank you, all of you, for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toure. When Sow speaks, Toure speaks. I have nothing to say again. But anyways, as he also elaborated, agriculture is all about opportunity and also focus. Passion for what you are doing is very important, because if you don't have passion for agriculture, you won't go far into agriculture. So thank you, Mr. Toure, for that word of wisdom. Now, we are going to invite our first guest speaker. We were supposed to have the Director of Food Safety, but he is not yet here. So we will go to the second speaker, and my co-host here will give us a small biography about him, and he will come and give us his speech. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So here is a little biography of Mr. Sang Mendy. He is the Chief Executive Officer of the Santan Organic Farm, a farm that specializes in grouping exotic plants such as apples, grapes, peaches, and our indigenous fruits. His farm currently hosts the students of agriculture that are doing their attachment, and he also has 2 full-time staffs. Mr. Sang is also the Managing Director of the Media Academy of Journalism and Communication. He is into training journalists and filmmakers. Please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Sang Mendy. Before the arrival of Mr. Sang Mendy, please I have to apologize. I forgot to acknowledge the presence of the media we have here, that is the great thinkers. And our sister school, we have representative from staff, that is the School of Education, and also representative from the Gambia College Student Union. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion, Mr. Sasa. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, the two lady chairs. It's a pleasure being here. But first of all, let me extend my greetings to the faculty members here present, the esteemed students of Sasa, members of the School of Agricultural Student Association, guests, ladies and gentlemen, but especially to His Excellency, Honorable Ousainu Darboe. Good morning to you all. It's a profound honor to stand before you here today on a day that you are celebrating your Sasa Day. A day that is not only meant for celebration, but also a day that your curiosity will be unlocked, your innovation will be tested, and your resilience will be taught. Agriculture is not merely a profession or an industry. It is a calling, a responsibility, and for many of us, a passion that shapes how we see the world and our place in it. Today's theme, performance and adaptation of exotic crops, crop variety under Gambia's
TV&MEDIA
is both timely and necessary.
Allah I came with the party leader, His Excellency Lawyer Ousainu Darboe, to grace an event in School of Agriculture in the Gambia College.
As an African, proverb reminds us, not knowing is bad, but not wanting to know more is even worse. Not knowing is bad, but not wanting to know more is worse. My journey began with a simple curiosity-driven question. Why can't these crops grow in the Gambia? I wonder why we accepted the narrative that certain crops, especially exotic fruits such as apples, grapes, peaches, strawberries, kiwis, pomegranates, fig, dragon fruits, goji berry, and many others may not be meant for our soil and our climate. The truth is that that belief was never based on scientific evidence, experimentation, or curiosity. It was a mere assumption. And assumptions, when left unchallenged, become barriers that limit progress. Ladies and gentlemen, curiosity changed my life. That curiosity became my compass. Albert Einstein once said, "The mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original idea." Driven by that spirit, I researched, I experimented, I persisted, balancing my work at the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, MAJA, with daily demands of Santa's Organic Farm. As the CEO of Santa's Organic Farm, my journey into exotic fruit cultivation began with certainty, but with a question: why would they grow here? That single question led me into nights of research, countless experiments, and consultation with growers across the continent. It pushed me to learn about soil conditioning, climate mitigation techniques, pest adaptation, grafting, air layering, microclimate, and water management. It pushed me further to test, to fail, and to try again, and ultimately to succeed. Today at Santa's Organic Farm, we have successfully grown and harvested strawberries, apples, grapes, and are growing more than 10 more exotic plants right here in the Gambia. And these plants are not in greenhouses, they are not in laboratories, but in Gambian soil, under Gambian skies, nourished by Gambian waters. All of these happen while I simultaneously carry out these duties as the Managing Director of the Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, balancing demanding professional roles with equally demanding work of nurturing an organic farm. My dual journey became proof that passion, guided by discipline, can break barriers. And we are not alone in this journey. Across the country, farmers like Big Farm, Riverview Organic Farm, and several others are now cultivating exotic fruits once thought impossible. These farms are producing peaches, pomegranate, kiwis, fig, dragon fruit, and the list goes on. Our successes are living evidence that the Gambia is capable for more than the agricultural stereotype that have for decades defined our potential. These successes prove something important. What is lacked is not the climate. What we lack is the imagination, the creativity, the innovation, and the courage to dare. Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one can embrace it. It's only when we come together in a group and hold hands that we can embrace a baobab tree. You will need collaboration, experimentation, and courage. Let me remind you, students, no matter how long the dry season lasts, the rain will come someday. Your efforts, your studies, your fieldwork, your curiosity will bear fruits tomorrow. Students, as future agricultural scientists, your curiosity must be the most powerful tool you carry. Not your titles, not your certificates, and not your curiosity. Be aware, agriculture rewards curiosity. It rewards those who question established norms. It rewards those who refuse to embrace, to reject change. We live in a time when the Gambia must feed itself, adapt to climate change, and reduce imported dependency, and innovate across the value chain. Exotic crops or crop variety offers an opportunity for economic diversification, improved nutrition, and agripreneurship. Imagine the value chain of the Gambian grown apples, grapes, peaches, dragon fruits, kiwis, plums, and etc. Imagine Gambian-made strawberry jam, juices, wines, dried fruits, snacks, cosmetics, and export products. Imagine rurally empowered by new high-demand crops. What we are seeing today is only the beginning. Let me say this clearly. The notion that exotic fruits cannot grow in the Gambia is not just outdated, it is lazy, unchecked, and must be brushed under the carpet once and for all. Once again, to the students here today, you are the generation that will transform Gambian agriculture. You are the ones who will combine science with innovation. Build farms that we have not yet imagined would exist. Grow crops our grandparents never believed were possible. And save a nation that feeds itself with dignity and pride. As we celebrate this Sasa Day, remember, agriculture is not static. It evolves. And you must evolve with it. The future of agriculture in the Gambia is exciting. And it is waiting for you. Thank you very much for listening. And I look forward to hearing your stories in 2, 3, and 5 years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mendy. He said, and I quote, "The mind that opens to new ideas will never go back to its original ideas." And most of his speech was centered on curiosity. That tells us everything. Whatever has to do with learning, one has to be curious about it. If you are not curious about a particular thing, then you are not learning. I just got the information that some of our senior lecturers have just joined us. We have Mr. Sadie on my far left there, right, sorry. And we also have Dr. Darboe. He is also here with Mr. 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔. And Mr. Ken is also here. And of course, Mr. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍 is here with our own Madam Jai. You're all welcome. Wow. Our ex-students have also come. You have heard Mr. So talking about Mami Jai when the great Mami Jai is here. Honorable, can you please stand so that the students as well can She is also a youth parliament member, okay? She is Honorable Mami Jai. And also one of the greatest pillar of School of Agriculture has joined us. Honorable Ousmane Fane is here with us. Honorable, you are welcome. So Mr. So happy to say Ousmane Fane and Mami Jai, behold, they are here. Thank you so much for coming today. Next on the itinerary, we have our next guest speaker, who is no other person but Musa Silla, the CEO of 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. Honorable Musa, you are welcome.
Jar. Ini janda bro.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Hope everyone's doing well. So, I'd like everyone to take out a note, a Gambian dollars note. Any notes that you have in your pocket? $10, $5, everyone please take it out for me. Look into your pockets. If you have it, 10, 5, 20, 150, 200, take it out. Take it out and hold it in your hands, please.
Can you, I want you to hold this for me. Oh, you are busy.
Yes. So if you have the notes in your hand, there's something that I want you to observe. In the top right corner of the note where it's written Central Bank of the Gambia, I want you to look underneath. There's something written underneath the Central Bank of the Gambia. It says, promise to pay on demand the sum of. Everyone look at it. Notice it. How many of you really have noticed this before? Not many of you? Okay. It says that the Central Bank of the Gambia promises to pay on demand the sum of what? A sum of $200 of what? It is not to say that when you take this $200 and you show it on demand to the Central Bank of the Gambia that they are going to give you back another $200. That doesn't make sense, does it? Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. So they are going to give you $200 worth of something. But we'll get to that soon. Who am I, and why should you listen to anything that I have to say today? First, my name, as said, is Musa Silda. I lead a food and agriculture company called 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔. Essentially, what we do is that we get contracted by factories and food processors to supply them with agricultural raw materials, groundnuts and corn mostly. We farm, process and deliver this to them. Our contracts range between $1 million as the minimum contract value, and the maximum that we've done so far is over $6 million. And recently, we've also introduced a new product, a new processed groundnut paste into the market. And inshallah, a few months ago, we set up a goal that by the end of February, this product will bring a revenue stream of a 7-figure monthly revenue, which is at least $1 million a year. Now, I say this because I have been invited here today to speak about some of my knowledge and experiences in the hopes and goal that with the help of Allah, that it will inspire you to do the same. Because as you are today, so was I about 5 years ago when I started my business. And today, alhamdulillah, with the help of a very capable team and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have created and built a multi-million-dollar company in the food and agricultural space. So it is my goal and hope today that you, someday, from today, will stand on a stage or podium like this and address an audience like yourselves and say that you as well have built a multi-million-dollar company in the food and agricultural space. Doesn't that sound good? That you tomorrow can stand at an audience like this and say that you have built a multi-million-dollar company. If you think you can do that, can I say I? Can you say I? Aye. If you think you can do that, can you say I? Aye. I need you to say it louder. Can you say I? Nice. See, this is the type of energy that you need to have if you really want to do what you want to do. What some of the speakers have already said. That you are the future of tomorrow. So am I. But if you want to do this in the agricultural space, you have to have this energy and this belief that you can do it. I believe that the first step to achieving any goal is that you believe that you can. And this belief is super, super, super important. Because on your journey to creating what you want to create, whatever it is that you want to do, you will face a lot of setbacks. The reason that some of these speakers and some people on the high table here have done what they have done or reached or are still doing what they are doing is because they have the belief, the unwavering belief that whatever they set to achieve, they will achieve it. And alhamdulillah, they have been successful at it. In my journey as a building 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔, we have encountered so many setbacks, so many challenges from the start, from the get-go. People telling us that what you have set to achieve is too big a dream, that you cannot achieve it, that it's too big, too audacious. Well, I said to them, I dare to dream, and so should you. You will face a lot of people who will tell you that you cannot achieve what you set to do. It doesn't matter, because you have to have the belief, and if you do have the belief, whatever it is that they say will not matter to you. Because you know, and you have the vision that tomorrow you will also stand and tell them that I have actually achieved what I set out to achieve. Now, one of the things that believing that you can achieve what you set out to achieve helps you is that it gives you a positive mindset. A positive mindset, like the previous speaker just said. Some of us used to think that you couldn't farm exotic fruits, as he said. We believe it was impossible. It was impossible until he did it. And we saw that it was possible. Because he had the belief. And if you have the belief, you start thinking positively. Someone may say, what if I fail? But if you believe and your mindset is positive, you say, what if I succeed? And please, I implore you today to have a belief and a positive mindset. Secondly, is knowledge. You must know what it is that you want in order to achieve it. If I look around the room here, I see people who are successful at some things. Now, these things I'm about to delineate you and name, but they are very important to drive my point. Some of us here know how to drive a car. Some of us know how to ride a bicycle. Some of us know how to cook. We know these things because we learned them. We know two things. We know what they are and how to achieve it. If you do not know something, then you cannot achieve it. If you don't have the knowledge of it, you cannot simply achieve it or be successful at it. Even worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you do not know who Allah is, you cannot support Him. You cannot worship Him. And He said this in the Quran as well. So you must know it in order to achieve it. You know what a car is, so you are able to drive it. You know what a bicycle is, and you can ride it. You've learned how to ride it. You know what a particular dish is, so you know how to prepare it. Now, even if you want to be something like a carpenter, for example, the first thing that you would do today, if I were to ask you, most of you would tell me, I'll find a very good carpenter and learn from them, or have them teach me. And if I were to ask you the same thing about the Quran, you would tell me that you would find someone who knows the Quran and have them teach you so you can learn from them as well. It baffles me why over a third of our lives is spent on something that we don't take the effort to learn, to know what it is and how to achieve it, which is earning money. Over a third of our lives, whether it's at school or at work, we spend with the goal to earn money. But how many people here actually can tell me what really money is and how to earn it? We have heard a lot of ideas thrown at us. Some of us have been told, go to school right away, get a good degree, get a good job, and you will become successful. If that was the case, lecturers, teachers, scholars would be the richest people on earth. Unfortunately, we have some of them here are not the richest. We have also been told that work hard. If you work hard, you will become successful. If that was the case as well, most of our farmers in the villages and the construction workers, the laborers, would be the richest. But unfortunately, they are not. We have also been told that it takes money to make money. How many of you have heard that before? Show by hands. Have you heard that it takes money to make money? So we've heard that before as well. But if that was the case, most of the richest people that we know will not be from rags to riches. Most people who are rich today didn't start from wealth. Now, at the start of the speech, I said to take out the money. And what is this? This here is a receipt. If I were to give you a scenario today, that basically what this is, we said is a receipt. It says that the Central Bank of the Gambia promises to pay on demand the sum of $200 worth of what? $200 worth of gold. This here represents gold. Before the 1970s, if you take this to any central bank, to the right central bank, they should change it into gold. We were told that previously our forefathers used to trade in barter. You had rice, they had granules, you exchange. We were told that that doesn't exist today. but it does exist today. Because before this money was taken off of gold, it represented a commodity, which is gold. Instead of carrying around gold, all you had to do was take it to a goldsmith. You deposit your gold with a goldsmith. They gave you a receipt. You carry it. You take this receipt. Instead of carrying the gold and how heavy it is, you exchange this receipt for whatever you want to buy. The person that you give this to will also exchange it for something else. And until it gets to the person who wants to go and retrieve the gold. What he will do is he will then go back to the goldsmith. That goldsmith today is our central banks. They'll go back to the goldsmith, give them, and the goldsmith will look at this receipt. And they will say that it is theirs, that they promise to give on demand the sum of $200 worth of gold. Everything else on this paper here, apart from this statement, promise to pay on demand the sum of, is all validation and authentication. So if you give it to the goldsmith, he will look at it and see his signature. He will look at it and see his name. He will feel the serial. He will look at the serial number. He will put it onto a light and see if he can see a crocodile's head. All of those is to validate that this is his, and he will exchange it for gold. Take his receipt and give you the gold. What I'm saying here is that we still have barter trade. That's exactly what we do. You have to know what money is. It just represents value. If you have granules today and you want to buy a bicycle, you can sell those granules and get the money and then buy the bicycle. That's obvious. But what you are actually doing is that you cannot convert the granules straight into a bicycle, so you need to exchange it to money first. I want you all to know this because it's very important, because then you realize that all this is a representation of value. It just represents something else that you want. Why is this important? Why am I saying all of this? Because once you know this, that it represents a lot of value, you can now know how to, you can ask other questions. You can know about it. And you will dawn on the realization that every single time that you've earned money, it came from someone else. Have you guys ever realized this? That every single time that you had money come to you, it came from someone else. Even if you picked it, someone else had to drop it for you to pick it. Or you work for it and then someone pays you. But every single time that you've earned money, it came from someone else. If you know that, something else dawns on you. That all you have to do now, for someone else to give you their money or what they have in their hands, is that you also have something of value and you exchange it with them. Whatever it is that you have of value, you can exchange it for this thing here. Now that's obvious, isn't it? But here is why it gets interesting. What do you have of value that you can exchange for this? Today here, you have knowledge, you have time, and you have skills. Someone like me, you can come to me and use your knowledge and exchange it for $10,000. How? You can consult with my farm, and I will pay you $10,000 for it. You sold me your knowledge. So I can hire you for $10,000 to train my staff. Because you have this knowledge as well, your time becomes more valuable. You can exchange this time for money as well, for $10,000. Because you can come to me and I will agree to hire you and pay you a salary of $10,000. The agreement between an employer and an employee is that the employer agrees to buy the time of the employee and the employee agrees to sell it to him from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. 4 weeks a month, 11 months a year, and you get that one back for free. That's the agreement between an employee and an employer. You exchange, you have something of value, which is your time, and you exchange it. And then there is your skill. If you use your knowledge and your time, you can produce something. If you look to my right, there are many things here that people have produced. if you can produce things like this, if you can produce or farm or grow something like granules, something like rice, then you can exchange it to as many people as you can. This is all business is. It's getting something of value and then trading it to get money from people. That is what it is. I want this to be very, very clear. The reason I've gone through all these rants, it may seem mundane, it's not very important, but here's why it's important, because it makes you think that actually business is very easy and it's very simple. If you look at a business like Darboe today, what are they doing? They're getting 1 liter of petrol or diesel and then they're selling it for more than they acquired it for. That's all it is. If they're making $1 of profit whenever they sell it, and they are able to sell 100,000 in a single day, they are making $100,000 in profit. If you go to my farm today, you ask anyone there, all of the employees there, they will tell you that all they're doing, whether the contract is worth $2, $3, or $4 million, they know that all they're doing is that we are growing and producing, processing, and delivering 1 kg of corn, for example, of $20, and we're selling it for $25. We just happen to do it on a 25 hectare, where we're doing hundreds of thousands of kg. That's the only difference. So you can start right now. You can start this right now. You can just produce something of value, something like this. Just do it as many times as you can. When I started my farm called 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒏 in the front of my dad's house. A small little porch, a small little garden. And I was growing nana, mint. And with this, I was making $5 to $10 every single day. And then after a few weeks, I started making $50 to $100. After a few months, I started making $200 to $300. Then the space was small for me, so I went to a bigger place in 𝒐𝒊𝒏. And I had 7 big beds, 7 long beds. And from each bed, we were making $300 every single day, and there were 7. So I was making $300 a day. 7 beds, each bed was making $300 a week. And I named them after Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Each bed we harvested in the specific date, made $300, and then moved to the next one the other day. And we did this until we reached $1,000 a day on each bed. And then we moved to a bigger place, in Ousainu. And today we are on a 25 hectare farm. And imagine how much we're doing in terms of revenue every single day. But it all started from making that $5 or $10 every single day. See, you can just start. Start today. You don't even have to wait to graduate if you haven't graduated. Just get something that you can get $10 for. And if you can get something that can get you $10 and you do it 10 times, would you have $100? Wouldn't you have $100? Yeah. And if you get something that you can get $100 for, if you were to do it 10 times, would you not get $1,000? Would you not get $1,000? Yes. And if you get something that you can do and get $1,000 for, and if you do it 10 times, would you not be able to get $10,000? And if you get something that you can do to get $10,000 for, and you do it 10 times, would you get $100,000? Would you get $100,000? Yes. And if you get something that you can do to get $100,000 for, and you do it 10 times, will you not get $1 million? Will you not get $1 million? Yes. So, what I'm trying to tell you today is that there is no excuses. You already have your skill. So you already have your knowledge. You already have the time. So use your skills with your knowledge and your time to produce something that can get you even $10. And just do it as many times as you can. So do not wait, as Mr. So said. Do not go about saying that I don't have a job. I don't have a job, or I cannot find a job, or I cannot work. Start today. Start with that $10. And just like we have, along with my team, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you today, you in the future, can stand here today can stand on a stage like this and address an audience like this and tell them that you started with $5 and $10 a day, and today you have built a multi-million-dollar business in the food and agricultural space. So, you have no excuse. You have your knowledge, you have your time, you have your skills. Use it, become productive, and start something today. And do it 100,000 times. Thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Mr. Musa. Know the value of money. Be ready to invest, and then you will reap the fruit of your own labor. Do not be afraid as agriculturists, because in whatever you invest in, even if it's a dollar seed, you must reap it. So, thank you so much, Mr. Musa, for those inspiring and motivating words. Now we are going to have an interlude from our very own Mr. Tarawale, who has a point for us key students. Mr. Tarawale, please, you are welcome.
As I'm not in the program giving a speech. I'm just a guest to come and listen. I came specifically because I saw in the list a very important person I admire so much, and that's Ousainu Darboe. I have missed many Sasa days. But today, I specifically came because I admire him. Good. Now you must have all heard of the TRLC. And victims were asked to go and present their witness cases. I was a victim. So I presented my case, and I prepared a poem to be my closing remark at that time. But I was not called. I was not called. So, but the poem is already written. And I have written a book called 7 Hearts, and the last chapter is this poem. So now, I felt it's an opportunity for me to read it for you just 5 minutes. And it will cover the former speakers and many more yet to come. It should be embodied in the poem. The poem for the TRS. And the poem is called I Have a Dream. I have a dream of a Gambia that will shine among nations. I have a dream of a nation that will feed her own mouths from the foods produced by her own hands. I have a dream that the Gambia would be transformed into an advanced country where the primitive farming methods of Egypt will have been replaced by modern farming techniques. I have a dream that God or Allah give to the river, to us, that is the river Gambia, the land, the climate, and the youth of this country will transform our country into an enviable nation. I have a dream that I will wake up and eat the eggs, meat, and rice produced in the Gambia. I have a dream that the milk and the meat and the juices I drink shall be the produce of the indigenous cattle and fruit trees of the Gambia. I have a dream that farming in its broadest perspective becomes and all-year-round business. Becomes an all-year-round business that is economically viable and profitable. I have a dream that the Sahara Desert, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Mediterranean Sea shall no longer be the terrestrial and aquatic graveyards of Gambians. I have a dream that our out fever of the 1970s that has metamorphosed like insects into the 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 syndrome in the 1990s undergoes a mutation into the stay-at-home slogan of the 1920s, of the 2020s. I have a dream that our new Gambia, newfound nation, is not abused to the detriment of national peace and progress for our people. I have a dream that every Gambian, irrespective of tribe, religion, or political affiliation, gender, all will have the chance to manifest themselves. I have a dream that one day we as a nation shall be proud of ourselves, feed ourselves, and not be dependent on handouts from other countries. Thank you very much.
We all have a dream, right? And I hope and pray that one day those dreams will be fulfilled. So, we were supposed to have Fatma, who is also a boy. Fatma, are you here, please? Yeah, you come please give us something that we will have. And from there, we will be having Dr. Darboe when Fatma is done.
They call it happiness when I call it sadness. They call it happiness when I call it sadness. Currently, I am in a condition of confusion. They call it happiness when I call it sadness. Because they keep on saying no pain, no gain, so what was all the struggles for? My downfall? No way. I got dreams that I'm ready to steer. Here, not to fear. I am a girl, not a burden to fear. See me now. From graduation, I got no occupation, and I need this motivation and determination in order to survive in the future generation. I am a girl, not a burden to bear. Good morning to you all. I'm here to recite a poem entitled Life, and it is. Life, when I say life, it's the most easiest thing to spell and the most difficult thing to define. We all got a dream, big but remember, the dream does become reality through magic. It takes sweat, commitment, and determination to achieve our dreams. Marcus Garvey people tend to predict this life, but let me tell you, life can't be predicted. It's because the life is changing into changes that can't be predicted. So life is unpredictable. Life in general, there are difficult hurdles that we all have to pass through. People will hate you, break you, and even break you. But how strong you stand is what makes you. So put your eyes on how life goes on and chase your dreams. I am Darboe, wherever I am.
Thank you so much, 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒏𝒔. That was a great piece. Now, as you go to the School of Agriculture, we have two different schools within the School of Agriculture. That is students that are studying the crop science and students that are also studying the animal science. So it won't be fair if we would be biased if we only invite those that are speakers that will only speak and on crop and leave the animal sector out. But then we don't have to go far because whatever we need is all in the School of Agriculture. We are going to invite our very own Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒏, who is a lecturer in the Gambia College. So, Secretary will give us a biography about Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒏𝒏.
Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒏 is the president of the Gambia Veterinary Medical Association. He is a renowned veterinary doctor and expert in animal health and welfare. He had an impressive career serving in various positions of responsibility, including Director General of Food Safety and Quality Authority, Director and Chief Veterinary Officer Department of Livestock Service, and West Africa Representative, Vets United at Berlin registered Animal Welfare Charitable Foundation. So ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause as we welcome Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒏𝒏.
Very much, Madam Chair, and good afternoon to everyone present here. My respect to the High Table, in particular His Excellency 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒏, students, members of Sasa, everyone here present, all protocols duly and respectfully observed. For far too long, we call ourselves the smiling coast of Africa, but that smile did not extend to all the creatures that live with us here. For far too long, there has been a lot of animal suffering in this country. Its plight is still on our national concern. However, we are happy to note that there are signs that this is beginning to shift in a more positive way. We have more than 5,000 students from college and university of the Gambia trained in animal welfare and are stationed all across the length and breadth of this country. These students are proactive, engaging in sensitizing the community about the welfare of animals. Animal welfare is very important when it comes to national development. Animal welfare has to do with food security. In the Gambia, our agriculture is not mechanized. We depend mainly on the use of animal-drawn implements. The welfare of those animals is crucial to the development of our agriculture. Our agriculture will not be mechanized overnight, but we have seen communities in this country that have prosperous lifestyles because they take care of their working animals. A community like Madina Saja in NRR is a typical example. So animal welfare also has to do with the health of the population. We are all aware of diseases that are transmittable between humans and animals. for such disease, effective control lies also in animal welfare. We also are aware of the importance of animal welfare when it comes to environmental sustainability, biodiversity, and the ecosystem. Animal welfare is crucial in terms of our environment. If we want to have a sustainable environment, we must recognize the welfare of all species. Just a week ago, the animal welfare community in the Gambia was shocked. We saw a crocodile, that crocodile on top of a lorry that was supposed to be given as a present to someone in this country. That was disgusting. It was very disgusting to the entire animal welfare fraternity of the Gambia. We raised our voice, and I said that if it were my uncle, Ousainu, who did that, I would raise my voice. If it is Honorable Esafal, I will raise my voice. Raising our voice has nothing to do with whoever is there. For us, we raise our voice when it is necessary to raise our voice. So we took that very seriously. We believe that the welfare of animals is something that we have to guard jealously. We are happy that animal welfare is gradually moving in the right direction in the Gambia. Animal welfare is now part of the curriculum of Gambia College, and indeed, it is mandatory in the School of Agriculture. At the University of the Gambia, animal welfare is also mandatory for the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. So the Gambia is in good standing to serve as a good example for countries in the sub-region when it comes to animal welfare. The Gambia College is designated as an animal welfare friendly institution. And the good thing is that we have animal welfare clubs across schools in this country. Students are interested in the welfare of animals. So the Gambia is a country moving in the right direction in animal welfare. And we have seen this country has very good laws about the welfare of animals, biodiversity, and even in the past, the 1977 declaration, the Banjul Declaration, when it regarding to the biodiversity and different species. So the Gambia is in good standing, but we will not be relaxed. We will continue to watch what is happening, because what has happened a week ago has shaken me and all animal welfare advocates in this country. I thought that we have passed that level. Really, that was my thinking, that the country has gone beyond that level. Anyway, it was not like an isolated incident. Last year, we saw a hippopotamus that was dead and being presented. These are endangered animals sort of in some plants. If they are not endangered here, but they are protected animals. And they are presented dead. They are killed and presented. We hope that we change. We encourage our animal welfare students to keep learning and improving their skills. Animal welfare is a subject of the future. There are potentials in animal welfare. So I would like to say that and that is one of the
Thank you so much, Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. Well, we are supposed to be the voice of the voiceless. As we all know, animals cannot come to you and tell you this is exactly what they want. But as first-class human beings, we are supposed to take care of our animals because they are sentient beings, they feel and they also adapt to environment. So please, let's take care of our animals because they are all that we have. We are supposed to be their family and their friends. Let's stop animal cruelty. Thank you so much, Dr. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. Next on the agenda, we have the CEO of Jalos Farm, who is also a guest speaker and will come and give us a speech. She will give you the biography of Mr. Jalos. Mr. Ibrahim Jallo is a farmer.
He was born and brought up in the Gambia as most Gambians. After when he finished his high school in the Gambia, he later traveled to the UK, where he did his study. After his study, he came back to the Gambia and decided to start a business, and he ventured into sheep breeding. And years later, he decided to start a crop farm as well. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Jallow, the CEO of Jallow Farm.
Anybody eat meat last week here? No. 3 weeks ago? No. Yes. 1 month ago? Yes. Well, you have empowered our neighboring countries, and you do as the whole. 95% of the sheep we eat in this country is imported from Senegal, Mali, or Mauritania. It breaks my heart. All we do is we empower these countries, strengthen their economies, while we are weakening our economy and depriving our youth and women in much needed jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, students, and fellow farmers, His Excellency Ousainu Darboe, and all members of the high table, good afternoon. My name is 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, and I'm a farmer. Everybody spoke here about farming and how people marginalize farmers. If you want to see a farmer, that's one. This is what a farmer looks like today in the Gambia, and I'm proud of it. It's something that you need to be proud of. If you look at the world today, in Africa, the next billionaires are coming from Africa, and they are coming from farming and the farming community. It means the whole value chain. It's not a mistake that you are into these studies. Look around you. Look from the left. Let everyone look from the left. Look from the right.
Bamurula yana bas papla jam ko fami patili dala spixita anen Dr. Mane nen patili danen Dr. Mane bina speak dila insa coverage do kale jang inshallah then sainteng be life ni stop la jam right now na patili dala speak bato anen Dr. Mane.
In your whole life, you might not have any problem with anybody.